channel. Today we're going to get into how I made this lemon pound cake from scratch. Okay, I made this cake for my mom, and of course this is her favorite cake, so I was like, let me try my hand at trying to make it from scratch. And I will say that it does require a lot of elbow grease, so just be prepared for that. But again, if I can do it, you can do it too. Alright, so we're going to start by getting everything together, including our measuring cups. We're going to start off with 6 large eggs and 3 sticks of butter. Y'all forgive me, I just woke up. And 3 sticks of butter. As you see, I was a little bit short on the butter, so it was more like 2 3/4. But we're going to try to break this butter up the best we can, and you don't want to melt it because you won't get the right texture for your pound cake. So I tried to break it and stir it and break it and stir it. As we see, that won't go in that well. And again, this is why I said it requires a lot of elbow grease, because as you can see, it is very thick. So eventually I did decide to cheat a little bit, and I ended up melting the butter just ever so slightly and then continued to stir it, because otherwise I could not get it. But anyway, you should finally get it to this texture once you have everything combined. And make sure you scrape the sides with your little spatula, because you want to make sure all of it is the same thick texture. And I added a little bit of the lemon jello mix into it to give it that little bit of flavor, as well as, oh Lord, I done knocked it over, a little bit of your vanilla extract and a little bit of your lemon extract. You don't want to do too much because you don't want your cake to be too tart with the lemon. Alright, so next we're going to add in 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You do want to make sure that it is all-purpose flour and that it is 2 cups, because this is very, very important to your recipe, because if you don't, it will not come out the right texture, as I mentioned before. So we're going to mix it and stir it in and keep mixing and stirring it in. Make sure that all of the flour is stirred in properly before you continue, because you don't want to have spots in your cake that come out white. And next we're going to add in a little bit of the lemon pudding jello mix. I only did about half a bag because, again, I didn't want it to be too overpowering with the cake, because I was actually going to put icing on the cake as well. So next we're going to add in a little bit of cream cheese. So I had to scoop it out. It was the one that came in the bag. And I don't think I actually measured this. I just kind of just added until my heart and my ancestors said stop. So if I could give you a measurement, I would say around 2 to 3 tablespoons is what I did when I added it into the mixture. Again, to give it that creamy, thick texture. And this is how it's going to look once you do that. And again, I stirred all this by hand. At this point, I don't know why my mixer was even still in the picture, because it really was not helpful. I literally had to get my hand mixer and stir it by hand. And then now we're going to put it into this little bundt cake pan that I have. Now that we got all of the batter poured into our bundt pan, we're just going to turn it, and I'm showing you here that it's really not that big. It's literally the size of my hand. We're going to try to shake it down and get it as flat as possible so that the cake will bake evenly, because again, this is going to be the bottom of the cake when we pop it out the pan. And here we go. Isn't she gorgeous? Golden brown. And now we're going to make the icing, and I used a Talenti container to mix the icing in. I never actually put the icing on the cake because I wasn't satisfied with how it tasted, but again, I used the lemon extract from earlier. And I wanted to also do some cheesecake bites, so I made 2 different cakes actually. So this one here, it was enough batter for me to make 2, and I didn't think it was gonna be, so I said, well, let me make some cheesecake bites instead of putting the icing in the Talenti container. So I was like, let me do a little cheesecake on the bottom and then dip it, like, you know, use the container. You see what I'm doing? Yeah, because I'm having a hard time explaining it. And then like cut the cake out with the container and then layer it with cream cheese and keep going on up to the top of the container. I was like, this would be cute. She could take this to work, you know. So as y'all can see, I'm terrible at explaining things like this, so please don't watch this as a tutorial. But if you get what I'm saying and you want to use it as a tutorial, I appreciate you. But again, this is our lovely cake once we got it out the pan. And don't forget to grease your pan because it will come out extremely terrible and ugly. So now we're going to make the icing. Okay, again, lemon extract, a little bit of milk, and a little bit of powdered sugar. Now, I didn't use specific measurements for this. I just kind of, did whatever because it's a small cake. But, yeah, it's just, it like I said, it didn't come out how I wanted it to taste. So, my mama ended up liking it. So, I just gave her the container once I finished making the icing in it. And she said it was good. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all this. I absolutely hate lemon cake. So, that might have been why I didn't like the icing. But, yeah, she said it was good. So, that's all that mattered. Well, I appreciate you all for watching. Please stay tuned for the journey. Again, she said she loved the cake, so I was really happy about that. Real simple recipe, but again, like I said, it requires a whole lot of elbow grease, girl. But if you want to try it, do it. You can do it. Love y'all. Bye.